Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I just received a new surprise in the mail. It's a Chic Sparrow Mr. Darcy toffee in the pocket size, and I thought I would just show you my current setup as well as do a comparison between the two leathers that I have, the Chic Sparrow Maverick and the Chic Sparrow Mr. Darcy. But first off, I wanted to give a shout out to the really sweet Facebook member who sent me the Mr. Darcy. Her name is Vanessa Katz, and she is apparently a abstract artist, and she sent me this really cool postcard that showcases her work, as well as some other cool goodies like this really nice glossy print. I'm going to be making a dashboard out of this, and some stickers of her work. Very cool. And some Project Life cards and odds and ends, and you know, I think that's really sweet of her to send. I'm really excited to just, you know, put them in my various pockets and use them in my notebooks. So thanks, Vanessa, I appreciate that. But let's get right into it. You'll see your two notebooks in front of you. The first one on your left here is the Mr. Darcy in toffee, and this is the Maverick in golden brown. My Maverick is on the more reddish brown side than the golden brown side, or I guess shade. And you know, I really love it. It is a thicker leather. It doesn't have a lot of scarring or ridges or variation that you've seen perhaps in other Chic Sparrows or other Mavericks, but this one is actually very beautiful. Right when I saw it, I fell in love with it. This is the deluxe version. So it has the inside dark brown pockets. It's a thicker leather. It's not that flexible, especially with the pockets. It's pretty stiff. It does wrap around your inserts, but not to the same degree, I would say, as the Mr. Darcy, which I'll go into shortly. But on here I have a little Tim Holtz charm that says "Enjoy the journey." I love this notebook. I'm going to probably hang on to it unless I really totally fall in love with this one. Or maybe I'll keep both. It depends, you know, if I find use for both of them. But this is a great notebook. Now, going into the Mr. Darcy here, this is the toffee color. In reviews and videos I've seen online, the Mr. Darcy leather has been described as very smooth. You know, takes a beating, shows all the marks and dents and scratches that would come with everyday use. And the nice thing about the leather is it's on the, I guess, the more flexible side. So you can see here, it is pretty flexible. It wraps around your inserts really nicely, so that's also a nice feature. The thing about the one that I received, though, I noticed that there was some variation in leather, and you could see that there. So I would say that there are some differences even amongst the Mr. Darcy leathers. You see there's some ridges there. But you know what? I love it. It's a great shade. Toffee you don't see as much of. Butter rum you see a lot of. Especially this type, which is not a deluxe, but you know, while it has the stitching and the stitching and the side elastic, has no pockets. And Vanessa said that she, you know, likes her notebooks this way so that it stays thin, which I agree with now. My Maverick was quite chunky. It was basically, when filled, as chunky as the chunky notebooks out there made by like Speckled Fawns and you know, Zencraft and etc., etc. So this one keeps it pretty, I mean, much more compact, but still substantial. The leather's really nice. It's smooth to the touch. It does take the marks. I've been beating it up a little bit today. I like it a lot. It's the color is great and everything too. So in the back you'll see the Chic Sparrow inscription. So just going into my setup here. Hope it's not too long of a video. I'm using a new pen. You'll see here, it's really pretty. It is a, let's see if I could get it to focus. Twisby 580 rose gold. So very pretty. Writes wonderfully. It's in a fine nib. I chose this because it goes really nicely with this Maverick, doesn't it? But it also goes good with this toffee. Inside, of course, no pockets here. I'm using the same inserts for the, for the most part, same dashboards. Kind of change it up. My first notebook is daily, notes and lists and things like that I need to keep track of. Put some washi tape ends to note really important pages of things I need to refer back to and remember. I have like some bucket lists, items, shopping lists, recipes, a little bit of everything. This is on Rhodia dot grid paper. Rhodia paper is actually Clairefontaine paper, which is really fountain pen friendly. It's not as thin as Tomo River paper. Tomo River paper has a lot of ghosting for me, so I don't really like that. Rhodia paper, no ghosting at all. I love it. In fact, maybe I don't know if I could show you exactly. So this page, reviews of restaurants. You can see a little bit of ghosting, but not really that bad. So that's that book. The second book here, if I could open it. I think you guys remember these dashboard covers. These are essentially my dashboard covers made by a local artist here, or cards, I'm sorry, made by a local artist here. I guess Love in San Francisco, which is really nice because I just moved here. This is a insert I'm not quite using yet, but I will. This is a food journal. I just moved in a new set of pages here because my other one got filled, but essentially it has a week on 2 pages. Allows me to mark down my breakfast, lunch, and dinner and track my medications and whether or not I walked my dog or played with my dog, and whether or not I made an expenditure that day. It also has a space for a budget, and this is where I keep track of my food budget. I'll just put in the total. I guess for a month I budget myself a certain amount, and I keep track of how much I've spent on a certain amount for food. So this basically keeps me honest in terms of budgeting as well. Pocket full of masking stickers, stamps, and post-it notes. Let's see here. I'll show you this is like my little post-it note this is like my little avatar of myself. Yeah, little avatar of myself, little cartoon of myself in my speech bubble. You guys have seen this before. It's my 6 pocket card holder. Still in use and still working really well. Look at that. Works pretty well. And I do have a pocket here where I put in just some pictures of my parents and my dog. This book is you guys have seen this before, a budget book. I just keep it closed because I don't like people going in to look at it. Just marks down my expenditures and credits and debits and things like that. Keeps me honest in terms of a budget. Finally, this is a new addition. You guys remember my previous video. I had basically a paper folder that I kept bills and money in. But I saw this for sale on one of the groups. This is by Yellow Birch Outfitters. It is a leather pocket. In the same fashion as my other, folder. I could slip money in here, slip receipts in here, slip cards in here, and there are 2 additional slots for cards, which I just keep post-it notes in. So that's pretty much it. That's my setup here. So far, I'm really liking it. I think time will tell with this leather. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where it stands in terms of ranking against this Maverick. There are good and bad things about both. But you know what? It's nice to have some choices, I guess. And it'll take some time to figure out whether or not I really like it. And probably post another video for you guys in the near future. Maybe an update video of how I feel about each of those leathers. So thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions.